Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. Monday Night Raw review here for you. Now, I've been making videos on YouTube for 3 years now. I think everyone knows my feelings on taped editions of Monday Night Raw. I know it only happens twice, maybe 3 times a year, but honestly, I just can't watch them. I don't know what it is. I honestly stayed away from the spoilers all week long. I never even heard a glimpse of what was going on. All I knew was the stuff that they talked about last week on Monday Night Raw, hyping up this week's edition. Honestly, I even forgot about that. I sort of knew Raw was taped, and just like last week, I came home from work tonight, and I just wasn't in the mood to watch Monday Night Raw yet. I went over to YouTube to see if there was anybody's review that I would want to watch, and I saw somebody's review talking about, I didn't watch the review, I saw it on the title, John Cena versus Ryback in a tables match. And I was like, you know what? That was the main event of a pay-per-view only a few months ago. I was like, this sounds like this might actually be a good edition of Monday Night Raw. I'm going to check this out. And I watched all 2 hours and 30 minutes of Monday Night Raw. And although I wasn't like thoroughly entertained and 100% invested in it, I thought it was a good edition of Monday Night Raw. Somehow, John Cena versus Ryback in a tables match was one of the worst matches of Monday Night Raw this year. That match was horrible. I don't know what the hell they were doing. I don't know what story they were telling in that match, but I honestly didn't get it. I didn't get any of the psychology of this match at all. The match started, Cena beating the hell out of Ryback. They went back and forth a few times. There was even a part of the match that I had never seen before in a tables match that I was really like, wow, I really like that. That seemed pretty cool. That's something I'd never seen before. It's basically Ryback was laying on the outside of the ring. Cena picked the table up over his head and threw it outside of the ring to hit Ryback with the table on the outside. I guess hoping that the table would break once it hit him. I thought that was really cool. Ryback hid underneath the ring. Came out on the other side and attacked Cena when he was trying to figure out where the hell Ryback went to. Like, he was hornswoggled and disappeared under the ring. Another cool spot in the match was Ryback picking up a table to hit John Cena with it when he was resting against the ring post on the outside of the ring. Cena ducked, got out of the way, and Ryback just flat out Bo Jacksoned the table right over the freaking post. But everything besides that, I had no idea what the hell they were doing. There was at one point when Ryback set up a table that went from the ring to the ring steps, and it was, sort of flat. Cena stood on one side, Ryback stood on the other. Ryback picked up the other set of ring steps to hit Cena with it, and they were in a stalemate, just standing there looking at each other. What the fuck were they doing? And then Ryback just takes those steps and breaks the table. And I was like, well, are they gonna, like, disqualify him? Or are they, is it like he broke the tables? Or is that how it is? Because they just sat there after it. And then finally, Cena moved and picked up another set of the ring steps to where they each had them. But Cena picked up the steps right in front of Ryback. If Ryback wanted to hit him, he could have just hit him. He was a foot away from him. He didn't even swing the steps at him. So then they just moved around. Finally, they got in the ring. One of the things I hate most about ladder matches is when they set the table up in the corner against where the rings stand up, so it's at an angle inside the ring. It's one of the easiest table spots you can do, but it looks horrible, especially for matches on TV. Ryback stood in the one corner. He was going to gore Cena through the table. Cena was able to get out of the way. Ryback stopped himself before he went through the table, which is a horrible way to end a match, and I've seen that before too. That sucks. But basically, Ryback stopped, turned around, turned right into the FU. Cena picked him up, put him through the table. Night was over. Everybody goes home happy. Daniel Bryan came down, swiped the belt up to hand to Cena, and then as they had they were about to do the handoff, Daniel Bryan snatched the belt back, kept him for himself, and basically kicked it out with the yes chant. I don't know. I'm really into Daniel Bryan. I'm really into cheering for him. I'm glad I'm going to SummerSlam this year so I can see him win the title. But I just wasn't into the end of this. The beginning of the show the beginning of the show with Vince McMahon and Daniel Bryan. That's a first. Having a, the sort of thing, and McMahon sort of trying to backwash Daniel Bryan. Not really backwash, maybe brainwash. His thinking that, Cena picked him because he was an easy opponent, and that Daniel Bryan needed to get more ruthless aggressionness to put out on Cena. That way he'd be able to beat him. And for some reason, even though I honestly remember at the end of the show, Vince McMahon saying this match was booked for next week, he made it, sort of proposed an offer to him, why don't you fight Kane tonight? Sort of maybe we forgot it. I'm not sure if maybe I read something and just sort of forgot it. Because like I said earlier, I thought I could have swore I stayed away from him. But I remember at the end of last week's show, Vince started proposing this idea. So I don't know why they kicked this off. But it wouldn't be the first time they've done something like that either. I was very, very surprised. Mark Henry and the Usos teamed up and they had a match against The Shield. The Shield did win this match. But it was honestly a very, very good match. I don't want to see this match at SummerSlam. But at the same time, the Usos keep impressing me. And maybe it wouldn't be that bad if they actually are on pay-per-view. From there, Rob Van Dam and Fandango, that was trash. I don't remember Caitlyn versus AJ for some reason, although I did get very pissed off at AJ. Maybe that's why. Maybe she pissed me off so bad that I forgot it. Biggie Langston, Dolph Ziggler. A lot of people thinking this is going to be a SummerSlam match. They had a match here on Raw. A very good match. AJ got in the ring and started beating up on Dolph. Disqualification. We had a good match going here, guys. What the fuck are you doing? Del Rio and Christian had a great match. Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett had a good match. Kane and Daniel Bryan, I don't know. The match wasn't as good as those last ones. It was an alright match. It was fun to watch on TV. Brie and Natalya. I really thought they were going to make a bigger deal about how much the Total Diva show did in the ratings. But maybe they want to stick away from that with everything that's involved in that show. Maybe that's sort of going to be its own thing. This is the reality show. This is Monday Night Raw. Those two things can't really coincide together. It has to be sort of like an alternative universe if you're into sci-fi movies, because a lot of the stuff on that show probably isn't going to work with what's going on Monday Night Raw, and they aren't going to want to really try to explain to everybody watching Monday Night Raw that, that's real life. And this is scripted acting. That's some WCW shit right there, to be telling people there's a script, and there's a director, and there's camera crews, and all that jazz. Sort of just act like that's something else. If you want to run commercials for it, during the time you're running for commercials, that's fine. But just please don't explain to us anything about the show, why the show is going on. But nobody cared about this in the arena. This was horrible. This was dumb. Nikki Bella came out blowing a duck call. Quack, quack, Natalya. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Oh, I'm reading it right here. It's because she's an ugly duckling. Who gives a shit? Curtis Axel versus R-Truth. I think I fast-forwarded through this match because I don't remember watching this. Then we have finally Triple H shows up. Him and Vince, getting into it a little bit. And then they decide that they're going to give Daniel Bryan a corporate makeover. You shave that guy's face, it's over. I apologize. Do whatever you want to the guy. Put him in suits and ties. Don't shave his face. Please. I beg you. And that tables match was trash. That was your edition of Monday Night Raw. I promise you. I know that right now I'm in a bad mood because I know that I just wasted 3 hours of my life watching a show that ended horribly. But I was in a good mood 30 minutes ago. I promise. And tomorrow we'll get back to being in a better mood and making some better videos. Peace out.